Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. So as you can see, I'm with our friend Mr. Frostnix, aka the evil Nix the Black Mask.
In
And
disguise.
in disguise, of course. And we are going to try to play the Wonderverse Bounties.
Just trying to make sure we get our group nice and situated. Phase is kind of busy, but who knows what will happen.
Sometimes there's a lot of people in one phase, but they don't necessarily play the bounties, so it makes it even challenging. Like when the phase is full, but people aren't playing the bounties, it's kind of hard to try to fill up your group. I'm just trying to find the streams. So just give me a second that I finish doing some techie stuff on this side. For some reason, I can't seem to see the stream. Just give me a minute. So, Nix, how was your week? Tell us a bit about what you did this week.
So I hit the bounty spam pretty hard, as well as getting my raid feats figured out. I don't have too many feats left to do in this DLC. I got about I would say about maybe 8 to 11-ish feats. Some of them are just style-based, but a lot of them are elite. Took care of all my reg feats, and I did my bounty spam pretty hard. In the Legion, I have pretty much all the feats in the bounty area, but the OP phase. I haven't even broken through the first set. I see you did that, actually, on one of your videos. I gotta work that process.
Yeah, usually at this point I wouldn't have done that, but somehow I started buying the belt, and then I bought the chest, and before you knew it, I bought the whole thing. But normally I would have saved my marks to purchase. At this point, I would probably should have tried to purchase the elite weapon, but too late. What is done is done.
Yeah, I always tell people go for the elite weapon first, and then maybe the accessories, maybe, if you feel that to do that, and then branch off whatever you want to do. If you want to do your generator mods, you can do that. You want to go after your gear, by all means, go ahead.
So just give me one more minute. There we go.
Actually, if any of you guys want to join us, it would be probably very easy to do that. Just join the Wonderverse Patchwork area, and you'll likely be able to get into our phase. It's not difficult to do because not too many people are running this content, and we're trying to show to you guys that it can still be done, even though everybody seems to be focused on the Legion bounty spam. But we are going back to the previous DLC just to prove to you that things can be done. Hopefully.
And also a trick that I'm sure I showed before, but it never hurts to show it again. Basically, before you play the bounties, pick up your daily missions, because you're basically going to be able to play both at the same time. That's one of the things that I kind of liked about the Wonderverse bounties that somehow we kind of lost with the Legion DLC. With the Legion DLC, you have to play your missions separately from the bounties. But here with the Wonderverse, you can pretty much do everything all at once. So let's pick up all our missions. I assume Nick's already picked everything.
Way ahead of you, boss.
The gods would prey on us to bolster themselves. Show them how this brave fight.
Actually, our phase is filling up here. It's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good.
Okay, so we'll go where Merc is. Hopefully it won't crash this time.
4 minutes. Yes. Well, if not, just go the long way. 4 minutes still. So.
It's alright. Sorry, Plazdrew, to get the Scorching Aura, it's too late for that. You can get the modular version from the Booster Gold, not the Booster Gold, from the Quarks vendor. But to get the full one, sadly, it won't happen just yet. I guess I'll switch to Troll.
Yes, I wish we would get more Black Mask in this game. It's a shame that we don't. Obviously, he's needed to shaping up the heroes, make sure that they listen.
No one needs Black Masks.
Ugh, nobody leads a multiverse.
And also for the, don't forget to change your augments. I keep on forgetting. Here in this case, it's going to give us some extra Empyrean Ether. Basically, right now my armories are pretty much set with the Legion augments, but when you go back to Wonderverse, obviously it would be a good idea to switch back to your Wonderverse augments to get some extra Empyrean Ether.
Did you put a message on your community page about this?
The Nth Metal?
No, not about the Nth Metal. I saw you did that like 3 times.
Okay. Yeah, well,
no, this one. About this.
No, I didn't do that. Do you play on PS5, Sam? Let us know. So right now we're just trying to build up a group to be able to play the Bounties. Hello, Goku. Doing good, Cars Thomas. So we're going back to play the Wonderverse Bounties a bit. Sadly, I was a bit of a foolish fool. I bought a whole bunch of stuff, but I didn't buy the last component I need to be able to upgrade the Omnipotence headpiece, although I am still missing quite a few components anyway, so it's not a big deal. So I pretty much have to go back at least once in a while to play the Wonderverse missions to try to get what I need.
I might be able to send you some seeds. We'll find out if I have any on my account.
Not me is asking if DCUO is the only game I play. No, I do play some other games. I've been toying with the idea of showing some of those other games.
The Hero's Origin. What is the Multiverse?
The Hero's Origin with Multiverse? Not too sure about that. I'm gonna have to come up with something, I guess.
One day he put on his cape and said, you know what, I'm gonna do whatever I can to save the world. Ugh, sounds terrible.
Well, this used to be a Magneto character. But
oh yes, I know.
At some point I switched it to the Multiverse. Sometimes I kind of miss my Magneto. But for other games I play, I'm a big fan of D&D games like Baldur's Gate. I've played Baldur's Gate and especially Baldur's Gate 2 way too much. And if there were persistent games where new content always gets added, I probably would still be playing Baldur's Gate 2 at this point. But sadly, I played the game way too much, and I tried a whole bunch of mods at some point to try to make the game a bit more fresh. But at some point, there wasn't enough mods, or even adding mods, it just wasn't enough. So once in a while, I'll take a long break from Baldur's Gate, but once in a while, I like to go back. Well, from what I hear on PS5, from what I hear, the graphics are pretty much the same on PS5. So if you don't like the graphics on PS4, you probably won't like them anymore on PS5. Well, you can still play for free TSA unless somehow you don't have a PS4 or a PC that can run the game. Oh, our friend Mercs. Oh yeah, and as you can see, I do have the Grimorium Chains artifact.
That's actually very helpful for this boss fight, no joke, because he moves around so much.
Well, I didn't quite understand the artifact until I actually tried it. Then it clicked and it made sense. But at first, I wasn't too sure how it worked. Oh. Oh, Cersei's having fun. Oh, let's try to bring our friend back. How many hours do I spend playing DCUO? It depends. Sometimes it can be just 15 minutes a day, or sometimes it can be a couple of hours. Depends how much free time I have, and depends what I'm trying to accomplish.
I was gonna say, when was the last time you only put in 15 minutes when you logged on?
It happens once in a while. Like usually the days when you see me not put up a video, I probably didn't play the game that much that day. Yeah, actually, when I bought my PS4, Arkham Knight came with it. I bought like the Arkham Knight version of the PS4.
I love the Arkham
played it a bit. I hated how it's difficult sometimes to control the car. It's as if the car is always sliding on ice somehow.
Yep. Classic thing to bring up, absolutely. Oh, we actually won. Perfect. And with a lot of time to spare. Alright, this will be a good phase. Just come on in here and join us, guys, if you want.
Well, challenge will probably be Hydra, unless some more people join up.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
No, I don't have a PS4 yet. Sadly, PS4 was sold out for quite some time. And I did not pre-order, so I'm gonna have to wait like everyone else. Supposedly there's supposed to be some more PS4 that will be in stores soon, but I suspect that I'm probably gonna have to wait until next year before I can get a PS4. So the Grimborian, I forget how to pronounce it. You can see it creates some sort of chain around the NPCs. But it does that as you cast a defense debuff. But since I'm using the Bird Blitz, it casts the defense debuffs automatically. A good mask for a black mask? I'll let our friend Nix answer that.
The Skull Mask. You get it right when you get character creation. It's very straightforward to make. But I would like a more professional looking mask for it. I don't mind this mask. It's not terrible, but it's not ideal 100% for what the black mask has.
Oh, you can get a shout out, Zixley, even if you don't donate. But if you want to donate, I won't stop you. Yeah, I would purchase a PS5. It's just that it's pretty much sold out everywhere. So. Hello, Legends of DCUO. No rush, Zixley. Take all the time you need.
Actually, I'm not even wearing the best chest piece when it comes to a black mask. I should be wearing the Riddler chest piece that you get from the Riddler Crime DLC. I think that's a little bit better. The business suit.
Yeah, the Riddler is a bit more classy.
It is.
Looks more sophisticated. But the business suit looks fine enough. I think I'm using it with...
basic.
The first DC comics I read, I most likely was a Batman comic. I recall this Batman comic with, what is the name of the character? The Wraith. So, way back when, the artist at the time was Irv Norvik. It was like in the mid-70s. Loved that comic. I read it so much that I pretty much wore it out. Next year, we don't know just yet. We just got the Legion DLC. So at this point, I have no idea. We don't really know what the next DLC will be.
A lot of people are asking for a Legion Part 2 because there's just so much more lore that they barely even touched on this DLC that we're hoping that they give a second opportunity. We'll see.
Are you having fun yet? I know I am.
But yeah, as soon as I find out what's going to be the next episode, I'll let you guys know about that. But at this point, we don't have any information about that. As Nick said, Another Day Legion DLC would be nice because sadly they didn't give us that much. Like they gave us like 3 Legionnaires basically.
And 2 of the Fatal 5.
Yeah. So if they could give us more Legionnaires and even more villains, although we already had Mordru, so I guess they didn't have to give us that one again. The next 255 CR skip will probably be in January. I suspect it's going to be like 270 to 275, maybe more. But usually in January, that's when we get the free skip. This year we got lucky, we got a few more. But normally January is the time when we do get that. Although this year it's going to be the 10th anniversary of DC Universe Online. So I think we can expect something special, but I probably shouldn't be too quick to talk about that since we don't really know.
Yeah,
although,
don't jump the gun.
Yeah, but last year last year was the 9th anniversary, and we got some really nice gifts. So I hope it'll be at least as nice this year, but the truth is we don't know just yet. Level 295. You have to be. You mean the robot officer, the mechanical robot? Which one is that? All I can think of is maybe you don't own the DLC, or you're not a legendary player.
We can use our magic to close their link to our world.
They should have a Black Friday sale, but usually they don't announce it very much in advance. Oh sure, Big Nadex, come by, come join our phase. You're more than welcome. Everyone's welcome.
Except Multiverse, he's not welcome. We're gonna be kicking him soon.
Yeah, he'll kick me out of the phase.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to bring back surging material. I doubt it.
I doubt it. They might bring a variation or a new material that kind of looks like it, but the material itself, I don't think they'll bring it back. Hello, Payaso. We're good. We're good.
Is the partial surging aura on that vendor?
Honestly, I forget. I would have to look it up.
I think it is. I mean, because you can get partial it's scorching.
Yeah, there's the what they call modular versions of those auras. But he's asking for the material. For the material, if you don't get it from the broker, Sally, you're gonna have to wait for something else that is kind of similar.
Right, that's right. Yeah, the materials are very expensive.
I'm not sure why they made those materials available only for a limited time. Sadly, that's how it is. Someone yesterday, when we were playing the Bounties, I played the Legion Bounties for a bit yesterday, and someone was complaining that waiting between the Bounties that was a bit annoying. The trick I do usually is that I have my laptop right next to me, and I watch a movie while I play the Bounties. Makes it less boring.
You gotta distract yourself.
Hello,
If you're in it
Payaso.
for the long haul, you gotta distract yourself.
Oh, thanks, La Blonde.
Do you have a specific theme style that you want to have covered there, MJ? If you do, I can easily tell you how to get things.
An artifact for water healer. Nix might have a suggestion for that. I have to admit, I didn't play water healing all that much.
goddess of battle. Athena senses warrior champion.
The Void material at this point, the better option is to buy it from Booster Gold. I know that
Yeah,
it's expensive in terms of quarks, but sadly, in the current context, that is the better option to be able to get it.
I think you finding it on the broker. It's so slow.
Then the same for the Scorching Aura. If you don't see it on the broker, don't expect to be able to get it. And even that on the broker is going to be very, very expensive. Sorry, Smoothwalk, I didn't notice. Which style did you ask for?
Just a general guide on how to get theme styles. So there's so many theme styles. It's really hard to say that there's one way to do it. There's just so many. Do you have a certain one in particular that you really are harping on trying to get? Multiverse made a video on the snake style, and then I made a comment also on top of that for a good website that I use to find styles. Yeah, there's like 200 styles in there. Hard to say.
Demetrius is asking about the Christmas seasonal. It's going to be December 3rd or 4th? 3rd?
The 3rd. The 3rd.
The 3rd? Okay. So it's going to be December 3rd.
And it's not on test yet, so we don't know what's going on with styles or base items this year. So hopefully they have an idea.
Oh, hello, Jeffrey B. Lane. The lightning on super speed, sadly, we can tweak the color a bit if you depending on how you place your color palette. But other than you can purchase, I guess the movement styles, but the movement styles for super speed don't really produce lightning. They produce just light lines or energy lines. I'm not sure how to properly call it.
That is an interesting concept. So one of the people asked here, what is your opinion about people saying this game is play to win? When I think of a lot of Multiverse's videos, I think of him looking at things from a free player perspective. I think a good future video set of what you could do down the road is advancing some of these characters that are just level 30 and trying to take them up further a little bit, just to keep showing people what is it like to be a free-to-play character and how far can you get right now. That might be something down the road to think about. In general, though, nothing in truth is really truly pay to win. I can build up my artifacts easily enough without having to pay for them. Everything just takes longer. You either want the fast approach or you want the slow, work at it approach.
The best movement style that depends on, I would say in part that depends on your play style, but also for me flying is much more convenient. But in certain maps, Acrobat could be a bit more effective combat-wise, and the same for super speed. So it depends on your play style and also on certain maps. But to me, flying is much more convenient, so I would go for that one. For the artifacts and the augments, it depends on your playstyle. It depends on the power you use, and depends on there's many things that influences which artifacts you should use. Oh, a lot of people went down. Ooh. The best DPS, I would have a tendency to go with Earth or Fire, one of the two.
But
I don't know if Nix would agree.
No, I don't. I say honestly the best power is all of them. They can all be really
Oh,
good.
yes, I have to agree with that.
You name off the worst power that you could possibly think of. I have seen people that are extremely powerful in that.
I did not ban anyone, but it's you have to understand it's challenging to play the game and try to look at the chat and answer questions at the same time. If a question flies by and we didn't answer, it's not because we banned anyone. We just didn't see the question. Sometimes we were busy trying not to die fighting the bounties. The Scorching Aura will not be back. I can guarantee it.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, light stream doesn't work for super speed. Well, it works, but it doesn't create lightning. No, I'm so sad we didn't get the mother box. Been a while since I saw it drop. The game is rated teen.
I think on the last day before the new DLC, I did get the mother box.
I'm using the quantum powers. Oh, Nick says someone wants the website for the styles.
Oh yeah, just give me a second. I'll put it on there.
But if you Google, usually if you're looking for a style, just punch it in Google, and it will show you a few options. I forget the name of the website. There's a wiki, a DCUO wiki, where you can get some information. There's the source wall where you can get some information. I'm sure I'm forgetting somewhere else. How much skill point do I have? That's a good question. I didn't check in a while, so let us check right now. Oh, wrong. Let's go there. I have 401 skill points. Nick's probably has twice that much.
Twice that much? Don't be ridiculous.
For the mother box, if you try to get it as a random drop, unless you're lucky, it'll take forever. The better option is to just buy it from the vendor. There's one of the Wonderverse vendors that actually sell the mother box. If you really want to have the box, I would say buy it from there. Or even better yet, buy it from the broker. Last time I checked, it was, I think, 18 million on the broker, so it wasn't that expensive. Obviously, 18 million is a lot of money. If you are a free-to-play player or premium player, there's no way you can purchase it at that price. But if you are a legendary player, you should be able to gather 18 million easily enough. If not, just buy it from the Wonderverse vendor. Hello, Mason here. $200K. Oh, that's I assume Kryptonic Gaming. You're probably on a European server or maybe on Xbox. McDonald's, the next time capsule. Yeah, it probably will be a mega capsule, but I wouldn't expect that mega capsule until mid-February, maybe end of February at the earliest. And that's assuming that we do get a mega capsule.
Okay, I just made the post there. Take away all the spaces. I couldn't make it. I don't think I could make it post before. Take away the spaces, and that's the website I used just for an example. The snake style. It shows locations as to where you get things and at what tier level you have to be. Oh, we got their Hydra fight. And I'm already gone.
Oh. I've already used my teleporter. You got bad luck. I usually get bad luck, so I understand what you mean. That's why I usually, for items for time capsule, for a long time, like the rare items, I would just buy those from the broker. There's one time capsule, I forget which one. I think probably the Arcane time capsule, where I bought like 100 time capsule and didn't get any of the rare collection. I still had to buy them from the broker, so I felt a bit foolish opening that many time capsule, where I ended up having to buy them from the broker anyway. So usually I would what I suggest if you're really not lucky, don't open 1,000 time capsule. Just play the broker.
Especially within the first week. You'd be surprised what you could find. People don't necessarily know what's expensive yet. Demetrius, scroll up a little bit. I threw the link. Well, it's not really a link. It's in pieces. So I can't actually post a link on this live chat. So put that together, and that's the website.
For the best time capsule to open, I would be tempted to say the Cursed Gotham time capsule because of there's a few materials that you can get that are really good materials. Sadly, again, it depends on the rundown. So you could open time capsule and not get the rare materials. If that happens, then I guess it wouldn't be so good. Oh, too much talking. But
Are you down?
no, I was going. I saw the teeth.
Oh, okay.
The cape that I'm wearing is the Amazonian Conqueror. It's from the Flashpoint time capsule, but you could just buy it from the broker.
We've argued about what's the best time capsule over and over again. It honestly, it's all about what you want.
A Warlock, I'm not sure what you mean by Superman crates.
No, you don't. I don't know whose that is. What's that name? If I use... Okay, I'll just read out your question. If I use an nth metal detector, do I get ×2?
No,
No.
no, it doesn't stack. So this week, don't you save up your nth metal detector for next week? This week, it doesn't stack, so it's going to be pointless to use that. Hello, Mark Variety.
When you're fighting mobs, that's double. Not your caches. That remains the same. The bonus stabilizer fragment, no, it's not out right now. That was last week.
Last week we got lucky. We got some nice extra stabilizer fragments. So that would have been a good opportunity to open some time capsules for free for people who play either for free or as a premium, or people who just don't want to buy a time capsule. Buy stabilizers, I mean. The Shazam time capsule are pretty good, but we had them for a long time.
Be wary. It is unlikely that the
So it does influence the supply and demand a bit in a weird way.
It would seem there is no challenge you cannot face.
Oh, you're a persistent little dear.
What new powers I think they should add? Personally, I would love if they added Black Lantern power, but that's probably just me. Or a growing power. I would love to be able to play a Giant Man or something like that.
Hera, Zeus, even Athena.
Probably they will probably add. Usually in the vendors, let's take a look at the Wonderverse vendor as an example. For quite some time, usually in the vendors, they do add some materials. Sadly, often those materials are like, you can see here, 400 splinter coins. So they are somewhat expensive. But there was one, like, where was the Venom one? Oh, there it is. There's the Venom material that is a 200 splinter coin, so a bit cheaper. My favorite Justice Leaguer would be the Batman.
They will definitely have more materials this DLC. Just give it a few weeks, and I'm sure they'll add more to the vendor. This DLC has really only just begun. What are we now? 2 weeks in this DLC?
Yeah, roughly. But I think this DLC, seeing how the prices they've set on the vendors, I think they're setting this DLC to be up for a while. So we probably won't see a new DLC until I would say mid-end of February, at the very least, if not longer.
You can link to your old account. I have people in my old league, McDonald's, that are now on their PS5s, so you're fine.
Yeah, you won't have to create a new account. It's going to work pretty much the same way it did with when we had PS3 and we switched to PS4. All you had to do was install DCUO on your PS4, start the game, and log into your account, and there you were. So PS5, I assume it works the same way. Good for you, Legends of DCUO. I'm glad you have the future Batman outfit. It's a nice Batman outfit. And it was, I guess it was one of the things that was nice about the time capsule. When we got the very first time capsule, we had a lot of stuff that people had been requesting for a long time. Like we had the lantern emblems. People had been requesting those for years and years. And finally, with the time capsule, we were able to get those emblems. And the future Batman outfit was another outfit that a lot of people were asking. Or a Batman headpiece. Like people were asking for a new Batman headpiece. For those who did not have the headpiece that people got for the hack. I don't know if Nick knows the name of the headpiece.
The survive the hack feat? The what was
Like
it
the sort of
piece that
Batman
you got?
headpiece. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember. No, this was before my time.
The Necromancer style. Yeah, I could put it on the list. There's a lot of styles on the list, so might take a bit of a while, but yeah, sure. When I get a chance, I'll take a look at the Necromancer. Celestial is fine. I used it. I used it with my Black Lantern Batman character, and it works fine. It's a bit slow, I guess, sometimes, or you have to set up your power over time or your healing over time. But other than that, it seems fine to me. Glad to have helped you, Mark Varadi. Hybrids build. Personally, I don't like them. I'd rather if you wanted to play DPS, go DPS. If you want to play a controller, go controller. If you want to play healer, go healer. And sadly, 99% of the time, when I see people who try to be what they call battle troll or battle healer, and they try to do both roles, usually they either do a piss poor job at both. They end up being a poor healer and a poor DPS all in one. So I kind of prefer people focus on one thing. I can understand if people want to do more than just heal, but if you want a DPS, I'd suggest go DPS. Don't play a healer that try to DPS. I find that counterproductive, and too often I end up in missions I think last week I was in a mission with a healer that wasn't healing at all. So you have to ask, what's the point?
I think I only see those people in the seasonals whenever I queue in. I'm just like, why did you queue in as a healer if you're not going to heal?
Yeah. But also sometimes one sad thing I've seen with the alert, the Legion alert, usually people ask me to switch from controller to DPS to have more burn. So the so far groups I go into don't seem to want me to control somehow, they prefer to have two DPS and then a controller. To answer Sinister, yeah, I'll try to make a spawn video soon. I just didn't get the chance just yet. Yeah, chin strap face style could be nice to have. Personally, I would go for DPS as opposed to weapon DPS. I enjoy spamming powers, so but I could see some build with weapons. But I personally have a tendency to use powers. But there's no real answer. Yeah, as Nick said, there's no right answer in it because it depends on your playstyle, how you like to play. That influences a lot.
I started off with my powers, and then I moved to my weapons. That's where I am currently right now. I kind of miss it, but at the same time, I know I'm doing better. And when it comes to how much damage I put out, I seem to be doing a good number, so I'm happy with where I am right now. But I do miss it.
A Flashpoint DLC? Yeah, it would be nice to have a Flashpoint DLC. I wouldn't be surprised if we get such a DLC at some point. Especially there's the Flashpoint movie that's in the works. So I wouldn't be surprised if around the time of the Flashpoint movie we get such a DLC. And for the nuclear headpiece, those drops from missions like the Elite version, the Rip in Time mission, and I forget the other ones.
Come on. Come on, I know you know the answer. Take a guess. It's a raid.
The name escapes me right now.
Dark Side War Factory.
Okay.
Make sure, though, if you're running regular, that you're going for the regular nuclear head. If you want the elite one, you gotta run the elite. Big difference.
We used to have the option to be able to craft those, but when they changed the crafting system, they pretty much removed all of that, as far as I can tell.
We have warned this.
Superman is a hybrid heat vision power brawling weapon. Yeah, I suppose you could say that. I've been toying with the idea of making a Superman power video. I'll have to put it back on the list. No, the Void Essence, if anything, it's going to be more expensive. As time goes by, it's more and more rare to be able to get the Void Essence. Sadly, when an item becomes rare, the price goes up. It's sad, but that's how it is.
Alright, that's a good trivia question for you. How do you get the Captain Cold hood?
It's from the Striker Island, where you fight the rogue. I forget the name of the mission. Is it Striker Island?
Well, it's Striker's Prison.
Striker's Prison? Is that the name?
Yeah.
I was going to check anyway.
I see it.
Nah, you don't.
You're such a cheater.
Okay, it's this one here, the Striker Islands Penitentiary. At some point, you end up fighting the 4 rogues. I think that's where you can get the hood.
That's right.
Because there's also the gorilla at the end of the mission, but pretty sure the hood comes from the rogues. Or,
and also get the goggles, too.
But again, the easiest way, just buy it from the broker, is what I would say.
Or if you're way high up, like let's say you're at RCR 300 in that range, you could easily just walk in to that alert. You gotta go to Metropolis, go to Striker's Island at the far left side of the map, so that would be far west. And then once you get there, just do the walk-in mission. You can do it all yourself. What's a good accessory that crown that costs source mark?
It doesn't cost source mark, it costs Splinter coins. Is it Splinter coins? Yeah. Yeah, I should probably show it. I bought it not too long ago, I just didn't get around to making the video just yet. But I'll probably make a video about that soon. Hello, Naywoods. Hi, hi, hi. How does every third player has a Cosmic Mat? I have no idea. Pretty sure it's not the Cosmic Mat. I don't see that many people actually use the Cosmic material, but a lot of people have materials nowadays. There's some materials that are much easier to get since you can purchase some from the marketplace now. Or even lately we got quite a few materials from various vendors. So it's getting easier to be able to get some cool materials for your characters. Hello, Michael Gibbons. Hello, exclusive DCUO.
When it came to the cosmic material, when they first had that available, if you were just to wait on that booster bundle and you were able to have enough money stacked up, it actually was not that expensive to where it is today. It's like worth like 7 to 10 billion today. But if you were there back then, I didn't decide on going for my alts to go for that same material, but it wasn't that expensive back when it was still easy.
But when it was released, I was a foolish fool. Like, I bought, I think, 8 or 10 bundles, didn't get the material, so I had to buy it from the broker. And it took me a while to get around to trying to buy it on the broker. And by the time I started buying it on the broker, the price was roughly 60 million. And the last one I purchased it for like 100 million. And now if you find it on the broker, you're going to be very lucky. And even then, it's going to be probably $1 billion. Been a while since I saw it on the broker. New codes for items? Not lately. Yeah, I should make a Flash video. I'm actually overdue for a couple of Flash videos. A Jay Garrick Flash, a Barry Allen Flash, Wally West. I've been meaning to make a Wally West video for some time, but sadly there's always other contents that push it back.
One down, but the fight is not. Ares and his
But the last code I remember we got was I think it was Seize the Throne or something like that, which gave us a pretty cool looking material.
Yeah, during the Atlantis DLC, I think. Or maybe it might have been after that, I'm not sure. So it's been a while.
No, I don't think I'm an OG. Oh, wrong way. I don't think I'm an OG. I started playing when the game went free to play. And even then, when the game went free to play, I pretty much expected the servers would have a hard time keeping up with all the new players. So I waited 3 or 4 weeks before playing the game. And I was free to play for about 3 days. After 3 days, the first thing I did was purchase the Flash legend character, the Batman legend character, the future Batman legend character, and then right away it brought me to being a premium player. And after about a month, I became a subscriber, and I've been a subscriber ever since. But I'm not part. I wasn't there when the DCO was in beta, or even when the DCO first started. I started playing DCO about 10 months after it was released. A good accessory that looks like a good crown. The only one I can suggest to you is this one here, if I can find it.
Looking for the Crown of Solomon?
No, the other one.
No. Oh, this DLC's crown?
Yeah, just sorry, it takes a while a bit to load.
We can use our magic to close their link to our world.
How do you get the Death Vest? While you're looking, how do you get the Death Vest? You get the Death Vest by playing the raid Blackest Night. Once you beat the boss at the end, Necron, you get a chance at getting the Death Vest. That's one way to do it. You could also look on the broker. It's a little expensive, but if you're willing to pay for it, it does look really nice.
I bought it from the broker. So the crown is called the Source Shard Crown, and you can just buy it from the one of the Wonderverse vendor. I forget the name. So it's a cool enough looking crown. So if you really want the crown, a lot of people were a lot of people liked the Crown of Solomon, but sadly the Crown of Solomon was pretty hard to get. But this crown here, once you get the marks, you can just buy it. So it shouldn't be too difficult to get. Hello, Johan Dokik. We're pretty good. We're pretty good.
Michael, to answer your question, he's wondering about what CR do you have to be able to get into the Wonderverse. That would be $2.99. You need to be $2.99 CR.
Well, the flash style, if you mark variety, if you talk about the picture I posted, sadly that doesn't exist. I had to use our friend Photoshop to be able to create that look. I'll see what I can do about doing a future light ray. For the flash, I guess I could show you.
Your style was a fake? Oh,
Nah, I would never make a fake. I call it a forgery.
Oh, okay. Alright, well that's good. Well...
Oh, I guess I won't have time. I'll show you the... Stick around, I'll try to show you the Flash costume in just a minute. There's not really an official Flash costume, or the Flash costume we have don't really look like the Flash. But you can create a pretty good-looking Flash character. But now that we got the Spiral Operative, it could probably give us a pretty cool-looking Flash suit using the same technique, like giving us a chest piece that has a lightning in it. But will they ever give it give us such a style? We don't know. We're gonna have to wait for the devs to do that.
Yeah. So certified, it might just be that it's just currently not there, but try throughout the week and maybe somebody will have it on there.
Well, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't that many people who farm for it. So that might be why it's not really on the broker, or maybe it's still very popular and people buy it as soon as it's on the broker. I don't know really. But as Nick suggested, the better option would be if you're high level enough, just go to farm Striker Island with your high level character, and if you're lucky, you should be able to get it as a drop. If not, there is a Captain Cold hood that you can get during the Christmas seasonal from the Christmas vendor. That might be a better option. You're gonna have to wait a few weeks for that. The negative Speed Force, again, the better option would be to get it from Booster Gold.
That is one of the most expensive collection sets I ever had to purchase.
Fears down, the Olympians are taking a power. Our failure has consequences. We must succeed next time.
Rage or light? I would say light. With Rage, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the whole Rage crash mechanic. So, yeah, I would have to say light. Okay, let's see if I can create the flash quick before we get started.
I'll let you know when the boss is up.
Oh, it's okay. I'll hear the horn.
Oh, the horn. Yeah.
But I should be okay. So for the flash, there's not really a flash style per se, or the flash style we have is the flash style that Jay Garrick is selling, which looks nothing like the flash, obviously. So the better option is just go with some slimline suit. I kind of like the T slimline usually.
A Savitar DLC would be amazing.
Oh yeah, that could be a fun one. There's a
We need more flash content.
there's an embarrassment of riches of DLC they could create. It's just a matter of them getting around to doing it.
The Flash has so many good rogues. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I hope that we go back to them. Like, I want another Flash episode. I definitely do.
Yeah, it's been a while since we had some Flash content. I think the last time is when we got the Flash Museum, right?
Yeah, wow, that's going way back. I mean, could you consider Metal Part 1 Flash?
Yeah, I
related? 'Cause
suppose.
you got somewhat. How do you get a lot of Quarks? What's up, Lozid? That would be from opening time capsules.
And you can buy some also on the Quarks vendor. It's like 100 source marks for 25 Quarks. If you don't want to spend money, that would be the better option. If not, or you could open time capsules with your free time capsule. These are pretty much the best two options. If not, then you have no choice. You have to open time capsules. So you may have to purchase some stabilizers.
You get a decent amount. Just run your stabilizer event every day, and then you'll be able to open up some time capsules, and then you'll get a decent amount from that.
Well, the challenge with that is that I see a lot of people who seem to struggle with what I call playing the long game. Like gathering your stabilizer, your free stabilizers, and then your free quarks, and slowly but surely building up towards whatever you want to purchase. But people seem to struggle with that.
On that exact concept, there is one feat that you can only get it through buying Quarks. I have been working towards that feat for probably 8 to 10 months now, going on about that rate. It's about the cache box. I think it's like the boss is up. It's about like 5,600 Quarks or something like that in order to be able to get this box. It'll give you a feat. It's just a title, but I mean, I'm the kind of person that tries for as many feats as I can possibly do. So that is something that I have to eventually purchase, and that'll be very difficult to do. But I've been slowly saving up.
So for the Flash costume, this is pretty much as close as you can get at this point. But it's not an official Flash costume. Other than the Flash cowl and the Flash boots, actually the belt The belt is actually the official Flash belt that Jagark is selling. Oh.
Getting on my nerves.
The LexCore chest.
I think that one's from the Crisis DLC. Not 100% sure on that.
Are you having fun yet? I know.
These Amazons and their
A Red Lantern Al Jordan.
Are you having fun yet?
Yeah, I guess I could put it on. I have actually a Red Lantern video in the works, so I should be able to show that soon.
Are you having fun yet? I know I am.
This is a chance.
For Blue Lantern Flash, I have a few Flash videos where I actually made a Blue Lantern costume.
You earned my ring.
But I have also a Blue Flash, a Future Flash video in the pipeline, so you should be able to see that soon as well.
Return to Apocalypse and report to
The faster issue, the faster thing, I can already see an issue it will create is that if your character goes too fast and the map doesn't load quickly enough, you're gonna fall through the floor. Eons ago when I was playing on PS3, I can't tell you how many times I went through the floor, and again we weren't going all that fast way back when. So I can already see, and already with PS4, you can see that sometimes the map takes a while to load. Since I'm playing a flying character, it's been a long time since I went through the floor, but I could easily imagine that if the super speed movement was going any faster, odds are a lot of people would just run through the floor. I think I'm pretty sure I have a Young Justice video in there somewhere. If you search in my videos, I'm pretty sure I have a Young Justice video. But yeah, I could make a more recent version.
A 2020 version or 2021 if it gets to that point.
At this point, it'll probably be a 2021. Right now, I'm struggling. I promised a Doom Patrol video, so that one is probably next on the list. But I'll see what I can do about a Young Justice video.
The LexCore chest, are you aiming for the actual Lex Luthor? Because you could run the Earth 3 DLC. That could work.
Yeah, in A-Woods, having Savitar as a boss, that could be cool. And sure, if they would add his armor as a random drop. And yeah, having all the lantern rings, I guess it's something people have been asking for a long time. Sadly, it didn't happen just yet. Already, we just got the Legion ring, so that alone is a small victory. It's something people had been asking forever. Although people were a bit disappointed, they wanted to have the Legion ring as a style, and it doesn't seem to be possible.
Very low drop rate on that ring.
Why are we playing Wonderverse? Well, we did play the Legion DLC the other day, but we wanted to show that despite having a new DLC, the Wonderverse bounties, a lot of people are still running those. So if somehow you're still needing some currency or some feats from the Wonderverse DLC, and especially for the Wonderverse bounties, you shouldn't have too much of an issue. There's still plenty of people who seems to be playing the DLC. But don't worry, next time we'll probably play something more recent. Maybe the newest raid. We'll see.
We just wanted to showcase that people still do run this content, and that it's still doable to do that. So if you still need feeds from there, it's very... Just be patient. That'll be good. Or join one.
Thank you, Mark Vardy. We're doing what we can, and but I'm glad if it's helping you, I'm very happy. Yeah, I do have a couple of max artifacts. Nyx probably has a dozen by now.
Yep. I have 8 actually. Not on this guy. Those heroes are awful.
Yeah, I do have the Future Crusader gear. And once we defeat the Hydra, I'll try to show you the... I have, I think, 2 artifacts to rank 200 right now. So I should be able to show them to you.
What rank is your chains at? The Gamorrean chains?
I'm at 120.
Not bad.
Well, I was able to benefit a bit from the double XP artifact. Like I gave a lot of XP to one artifact, and then I sacrificed it to the chains.
Yep, not a bad idea.
I guess playing the long game, I should have waited for the double XP, but by then I probably could have upgraded the chains anyway. Oh yeah, I'd like it would be nice if they added more powers, but they don't seem to have the incentives to do so. From what I understand, there isn't that many people who actually switches powers when they create a new power, so it's not really worth it for the devs to do so. Or so I was told. If all my traits are unlocked, I'm not sure.
No, I don't think that's possible.
Hello, Nightwing. Not much. Not much. We just played the Bounties a bit. No, if you switch the controller from controller to tank, your CR will be the same, but your gear, sadly, you won't be able to use your gear. I guess, yeah, your equip CR will change. All your gear will become useless. So before you do that, make sure to collect a full set of gear first. Once you do have a full set of gear, then change your role, change your power, and then unlock your new gear.
That's actually an interesting way on how to complete some of your styles. So we had somebody earlier ask, how do you complete your theme styles? You might want to hold on to, let's say you have certain style pieces, but you have to be a healer role, and you're a controller. You might want to hold on to that piece, because if one day you're thinking about switching, then you'll have that feat.
Hello, what up, Lucid?
We have tamed the beast, at least for the time being.
Alright, there we go.
They should have a reverse flash move for speedsters where they can just stab any boss or enemies in the heart. Well, an insta-kill would be a little too much. But yeah, it could be a reverse flash move could be fun to have. If you switch roles, well, in theory, your artifacts still works. Let me show you. Like right now, I'm using the Bird of Prey comlink. This one is upgraded to rank 200. You can see the Grimbor's chain at 125. And you can see the Amulet of Rao. Yes, technically, if I switch to, let's say, tank, I won't be able to use, or I shouldn't be able to use Bird Blitz anymore because it applies debuffs. Controller debuffs. But in theory, the artifact will still be good in the sense that it will still give extra stats to my character. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a waste because I won't be able to use it fully, but I could still use it if I wanted to. Oh, the same for if you're using DPS artifacts. Let me show you. I made the Blue Beetle video, I think, but yeah, I could probably make a 2020 or 2021 version. For example, there's some artifacts like the Grimoire Verum. In theory, it's an artifact that's good for DPS. But if I was to use it with a non-DPS character, the artifact would still work, but it wouldn't really benefit from being a DPS artifact. The same with our friend Quislet. So in theory, these are DPS artifacts. But yeah, if I was to, let's say, be a controller, if it somehow that was the only artifacts I had for whatever reason, maybe I just switched powers and I don't have any other artifacts, you could still use those, but you wouldn't reap the full benefits. I think Nix could add to that.
No, you pretty much have nailed it. When it comes to switching over to a new power, a new role, and entirely, I would honestly not do it until maybe a double artifact weekend for your smooth transition. It's tough to do it at a time like in the middle of a DLC, because it's that much more you're gonna have to build into for the new artifacts.
Yeah, double artifact XP, I guess, would be the better time to do this. That way, you would be able to take, let's say, your DPS artifact or your tank artifact, whatever, and then switch it to your new power, to your new role, and you would lose any XP. The sad thing is you would still have to break through, but in terms of XP, you would be able to switch one artifact for the other, and you wouldn't lose any XP. 2L3G1T4U. Sorry, if you play on Xbox, yeah, we're not going to meet. Unless I decide to purchase an Xbox X or something, yeah, it won't happen. Mark Varady, well, my playtime sometimes is limited. Sometimes I have more playtime, sometimes less. But also sometimes a lot of the time that I have, I spend making videos. So that might be why you don't see me in the game as well. Sometimes I'll just log in quick, make a quick video, and then log out. And we were talking about the crown earlier, so I guess that's the supply bot we were talking about. So if you look, you can see the source crown cost 150 splinter coins. So unlike there's the crown of Solomon that a lot of people like, but the crown of Solomon sadly comes from the Shazam time capsule, and the rare collection is very rare, and also it's a very popular item. So it's a rare item. It's an item with a high demand. The odds of getting it on the broker is going to be very slim, and if you do see it on the broker, it will be very expensive. So the better option would be if you really need a crown, this is a good option. It's a nice enough crown, and it only requires splinter coins to purchase it. So I think we're pretty much done. Or do you want to add something next before we go?
Yeah, don't be afraid to keep running this content. You're going to see it on either your LFG, on Trade Chat, or work with your league mates. Don't be afraid about this DLC saying, oh, now we're moved on to the Legion DLC. You'll never be able to do anything in this Wonderverse. You will. Just give it time. Expect a Legion Ring episode or a video coming from Multiverse soon.
Probably this weekend. Mark Vardy, should you buy membership? I would say yes. Depends on how much. If you really enjoy the game, yeah, purchase the membership. But if you're not sure, you don't want to spend too much, purchase the membership for 1 month, and you'll know. If after 1 month you don't enjoy your membership, then you'll know it's not for you. But after 1 month, you'll know. Basically, that's what I did. Like once I purchased my membership once, I knew that I loved it, and then I started purchasing my subscription for the whole year. And I've been doing that pretty much forever now.
I got the lifetime membership.
Now I'm green with envy.
Yeah, that's right. I hear about it all the time.
So that's going to be pretty much it for now, guys. So we'll let Nix give you the final word, and thank you for watching.
Don't be a hero.